everyone, Drizzerey here, and welcome to another time-lapse video. Sorry about not posting a video last week. A lot of things just came up at the last second, and the video I wanted to post, I couldn't finish, so things just happened. And I also want to say in regards to current events, that I hope everyone is doing well, and that we can do this, guys. Everything's gonna be okay. And as long as we all do our part to, try and come together. Well, I guess not come together, but opposite of that. I believe in us. I believe in you. We'll get through this, and I hope that you all stay safe and that we're gonna be okay. So, yeah. Anywho, moving on to my picture! Yay! This is another old picture that I did a couple years back, and I actually, the original concept behind this image, I did a couple years before I drew this picture, which I did the gesture on a scrap piece of paper, and then I drew the image, which I'll show up right now, in my sketchbook I was working at the time. And then a couple years later I decided to actually make a full illustration out of it, and I have got to say that even though this picture is old, I still am in absolute love with it because it just makes me so happy and it's so cute, and I just absolutely love this one. I loved it so much that I tried to turn it into a charm with the shrink wrap thing. I think that's what I was using, but I either printed it wrong or I used the wrong kind of shrink wrap, and it just turned out way too dark. I'm hoping to try it again at some point. I need a printer first, but I do want to try it again because I think this would be such a cute little charm, and I want to try the shrink wrap stuff again. I also turned it into stickers, and they turned out so cute. I still have quite a few stickers, and if I could ever get around to making an online store, I will more than likely try to order more stickers to sell, because these came out super cute. I absolutely love them. I just love this picture. The colors, the pose, everything. This was when I felt so good about my artwork, and I felt that this was a good turning point in my art career. Especially since before this point, I was doing a lot of artwork that I didn't actually really want to do. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog in the background. She's gonna bark at random stuff. But before I drew this, before I started drawing like this, the stuff that I made, I didn't feel as confident in. Like, there were a bunch of pictures I made before this, obviously, that I still like to this day, but I wasn't really making artwork for me, and that was the problem. And that is a problem that a lot of artists still to this day have, is trying to make artwork for you. When you as the artist, when you're making artwork for yourself. And this one here was when I finally decided, oh, I can make artwork for me and love it, and I'm so happy that I made it. And this is one that I'm just like, I am so happy that I made this picture, because it has been a turning point since then that I make work that I like to make. And that actually has come down to, I have started just drawing constant mermaids and witches because that's what I like to make. I'm probably going to get back into some fan art, especially Mekanza stuff, because it's me, I love Mekanza still. and yeah, stuff like that. But I'm feeling a lot better just creating the stuff I like to create. Now, I know that there's a stigma in regards to people or artists that are making the same stuff over and over again. And it's just like, I don't understand why there's a stigma in the first place. Sure, you're creating a lot of stuff, but that's what you want to do, right? That's your comfort zone. That's what you love to do. That's what you enjoy to do. There shouldn't be a stigma in regards to what makes you create art, because you're still creating it. And you should feel free to create what you want to do. And for me, it's mostly mermaids and witches. I know this isn't a mermaid or a witch, it's a fairy, which if I knew how to draw wings better, fairy wings, if I started studying fairy wings and probably angel wings, I would draw more fairies and angels. I used to draw a lot of angels because I really liked angels. And the only thing stopping me from drawing fairies is because I want to do wings like I did with this one. Of course, I used a reference, and they turned out really, really nice. So yeah, I just gotta, do that. But, I like fairies, but not as much as I like mermaids or witches, and I want to draw mermaids and witches. So yeah, I do want to draw other things too, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of my comfort zone, especially in current times, because that's just what I like to do, and I'm practicing with a lot of new stuff. And when you're practicing with new stuff, you should always go back to your comfort zone. Speaking of trying new things, I actually have a lot of plans for the following months. Like, I'm going to turn my Patreon back on. I decided to take a little break, and I feel comfortable turning it back on now. And I know that times are a little steep, but I definitely appreciate any and all support that I can get in these times. And I actually plan on altering what people get, especially including my YouTube videos. So what I'm going to do with the YouTube videos is the next couple ones are going to be time-lapse with no voiceover, and my Patreons will get early access to the newer content. So I do have videos that I've already kind of made. They're short, so they're good enough to go just as a time-lapse with no voiceover, which I can use for when I don't feel like making a new video. But I have a lot of new stuff that I want to do. My Art Snacks review for this month being one of them. And I also have, I feel a lot better recording my traditional works, so I actually have a lot of ideas in place for that, like draw with me videos and working with ink, watercolor, and markers and stuff like that. I really want to get back into because I am really enjoying working with that stuff right now. And I feel good about recording it with my phone because now I have my setup working. Because before the issue was I didn't have the setup working right. And so yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I plan on doing, and hopefully things don't get nearly as hectic as they have been this month. A lot of stuff happened this month. I had my wisdom teeth removed, and that just left me down for like a week and a half. Glad I don't have to do that again. And let's see, what else do I have on the docket? There is going to be exclusive videos on my Patreon in regards to what the different tiers are. So for $1, you'll get early access to all of my videos that are going to be on YouTube for eventually for everyone to see. And then there's going to be my stories tier and my other tier, which I'm just not going to mention, but it's 18 plus, and there will be exclusive videos for that. So yeah, and I got a bunch of stuff to show for that. I am really looking forward to next month because I have been slowly allowing myself to just make art for art's sake. And I guess that's why I chose this video, because this kind of goes with what is going on with me right now, is how I feel with this video. And it was making stuff that I wanted to make, things that I wanted to see, things that I want to exist. And I need to get better at telling myself it is okay for you to make things just because you want it. Like, I don't need to justify its existence because I want it to exist. And that's something I feel like a lot of people do struggle with. A lot of artists struggle with this concept of, you want to make it, make it. It's like we need to justify its existence, like it needs to make us money, it needs to do this, or it needs to go with the thing, it needs to give me all these likes and stuff. And I'm just, Uh, that has stopped me for so long, and I'm feeling a lot better about it. Yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of myself for this, but we're kind of getting to the end of the video, so I'm just gonna wrap this up now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, please lay them on me. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to support me, check out my Patreon, my Ko-fi, or my Discord. Or if you'd like to support me in some other ways, there's my social media. Links are all down in the description below. And if you want to see more, subscribe. I promise you will see more. And I'll catch you in the next video. Later!